Hello, everyone, and welcome to the best and worst of Walt Disney World. I am your host, Rhino Clavin, and in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the best on-ride photo spots in Walt Disney World. And to help me have this conversation, we've got Corey Fiescanaro.
Hey, guys.
Denny Sunderly.
Hi there.
And Mr. Craig Williams.
Oi, oi.
And yeah, so this is the first of the two-parter. First part, best on-ride photo spots. Next episode, you'll see the worst, as we commonly do here on the best and worst of Walt Disney World. I just want to remind everyone that the best and worst of Walt Disney World is brought to you by DizBoards.com and DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. So let's dive right in here. So I believe that Corey was very adamant about Slinky Dog Dash at Disney's Hollywood Studios being one of the better on-ride photo spots.
Yeah, it is captured at the moment where I feel like everybody's having the most fun. I have a number of Slinky Dog photo op passes whenever I went on with friends or brought guests who had never been on for the first time, and they're always just pure gold. And we were just talking before, rides that if you're in a group of four or a family of four would be the perfect photo op pass to buy. Like if you wanted to actually buy a memento to bring home, this is among, I think, one of the absolute best you could pick. And just going through my old photo passes, I found a really, really funny picture from last year when Pete went on the Slinky Dog for the first time, and it is probably amongst my favorite photo pass pictures of all time.
My only complaint about the Slinky Dog Dash photo spot is that you have to have like a magic band on to get it. And I wish there was an area where you could go and be like, I don't wear a magic band. Here's my annual pass. Can you just scan it? So I do feel like it's a missed opportunity there a little bit, but right. I do agree that I do think it is a fun photo op, and it's kind of like you can see it just before it's about to happen. So if you're quick, you can make a fun face or anything like that. But I do feel like it's in a nice spot.
Yeah,
it is. It's right when you come around a corner, and it's a happy moment normally. So it's a good one. And I like that you brought up wearing your magic band, because that's. If you've got one, throw it on your wrist before you go on any of the attractions that have on-ride photos, just in case, so that you can have those photos in your PhotoPass account.
Yeah. Well, Denny, why don't you tell me how you feel about Everest, Expedition Everest over here at Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, I love it. I love the PhotoPass moment where because you're going down the large hill, so you are completely, I mean, even if I love Everest and I've ridden it over and over and over again, but if you're brand new to it and good gravy, someone who's been on it a lot, it's going to catch you off guard. The fact that this hill is so huge and it takes you down and whips you kind of at an angle there. So even if it's your first time, it's going to be even better.
I have a very memorable photo op on this, which I cannot include because I don't have it. I don't know where it is. But it is my mother, way back when I first moved here, and I finally did Everest, and she went on it. She'd never been on it, and we sat in the front row, and there's that reaction that you have for the first part of the attraction where you come up to the split tracks and you're like, oh my gosh, we're so high up, what's going to happen? And you don't know that you're about to fall backwards. And then you have that next big thrill, which is the drop out of the mountain, down the side of the mountain. And if you're in the front row, I think with somebody who tend to react this way, like her hair was flying backwards, like I was laughing and like I'm drooling and her hair is crazy, and so I think it's a fun photo spot also because the more you do it, the more that you can make it a little fun too.
Absolutely.
I feel like this is one more than any of the other ones that we do, like some fun stupid thumbs up to the camera, whatever. I don't know, I hate being that person, but sometimes I am.
And I mean, I've been on Everest probably a total of 3 times, but I don't really go on Everest. But I know this is a lot of people's absolute favorite attraction. I know my brother Sean, this is his favorite attraction. And for like the thrill seeker in you, like this is probably the best ride at Disney for the thrill seeker, I think, amongst some of the others like Rock and Roller Coaster and stuff. But for those people, like, even though it's not for me, to get a memento in a photo form of your favorite attraction, like it is for a lot of people, this is great.
Yeah. Craig, what do you think about Splash Mountain? We have it on the best list over here, but do you think it's on the best?
It absolutely is. I mean, this is like when I would go to regional theme parks around the area, it's every single place that had a log jammer style attraction has the photo in the exact same place, and that's when you're going down that big drop in there. So whether it's Splash Mountain, the Timber Mountain log ride at Knott's Berry Farm, or any other small park, if they have a log jammer, it has that photo because it really is the most thrilling moment. I mean, yeah, it's only a 52-foot drop down the hill, but it looks so much steeper than it actually is, and it's like it's one of those ones like Everest. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. When you start to look down, it's your eyes just like beam up, and you can do a funny pose with it, but for some reason you still get captured a little bit off guard, unless you're like the angry Splash Mountain lady, in which you can hold it you can hold it perfectly.
See, the thing about Splash Mountain is I think they have the camera in like one of the best spots of all these, like, the photo capturing when you go over the hill type of thing, but it's like just far enough down that you feel that sink of gravity, whereas like I feel like at Everest it kind of is. The train is hanging, and whereas like Splash Mountain, you feel the vehicle because it's a smaller vehicle. You can feel that plummet starting to happen, and even when I'm like, "Oh, we could do a fun photo," I can't not be like, "Oh God, we're falling!" And so you can always see that panic in the eyes. So I feel like it's a good one.
Yeah, and the only downside to it, and we'll talk about this more in the worst list, is unless you have a family big enough that you can fill up the entire log, you're going to have your photo with some strangers, most likely, if you're going anytime during the middle of the day into early evening. But again, I think this is one of those ones, though, that it's in such a perfect place that it can end up capturing a lot of funny moments for those other people too. So yeah, you might want the focus to be on you, but you might be on a log with that kid who's been on it for the first time, and they have this absolute tear on your face. So you're like, well, I love my photo, but then also look at this girl losing her freaking mind over how scared she is. So I do love those. It's just plays so well.
Craig did not agree, I think, with the next one on here, but we all enjoy it, which is Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. And I will say, of the attractions, this and the one we have that we're going to talk about next are the ones that I am with people they have bought the most in in my life of going to the Disney parks. So I think everybody looks so stupid on these photos, but I love how stupid, because you look so intense, and I'm always like, even however many times I've done it, I still have that realization right when the photo starts to get taken where I'm like, oh man, like I can never do a good photo on this because you can always see it in my mouth because I'm like, oh, is the photo? And like, so like, I think they make for funny photos.
Yeah, I mean, every time I go on Buzz, as many times as I've been on, which is many, we never know when the photo's coming. It just kind of catches us off guard, and everybody's always like you said, either intensely trying to get a higher score or messing with each other, like trying to like mess with each other's like blasters and stuff to get them to lose because we want to beat each other. It's always a really fun picture.
Yeah, and I love getting to see the people who, like, if I get off first and then I turn around and I see everyone else, and as they see their photos up on the screens, and they're hitting their friends and saying, "Dude, look at you," and just making fun of each other. It's so much fun to see their reactions. And no, I can never get it right. Like the last time I was on was just last month, and I was trying to be aware of where the camera was, and I still failed.
Why do you hate it, Craig?
I just don't need a photo of myself looking intensely constipated. That's why I put a mirror in front of the toilet.
Your wife might like
I can just constantly admire myself in the bathroom with that. It's
delightful.
What are you doing in the bathroom?
I said intensely constipated. I eat a diet filled with a lot of cheeses. So.
We got to get you to drink more coffee.
I think that one of the next one is Dinosaur at Animal Kingdom, because I love how I still get kind of nervous because it's just with this weird stupid thing in my brain that's like, that dinosaur's real, right? Like, and it's going to eat me. Yeah. Like, it is like, it's inevitable Jurassic Park syndrome. I can't help but think like, that whole like, well, if the Pirates of the Caribbean break down, they're not going to eat the tourists. And I'm like, yeah, but this ride, if it breaks down, they will eat us. Like, right. So I just love how it's like pitch black, and then he gets there, and you think the car is about to start moving again, but then he just like lowers, the Carnotaurus lowers and roars so loud that it always makes. I love seeing, especially people that are on it for the first time, the terror in children's face, like when we do this. Like, I think it's hilarious.
And this is a photo pass. You don't need to know where it's going to be to make your face.
Yeah.
It's going to make sure that you make a face for you. And when I mentioned Slinky, the picture of Pete's first time on there being amongst some of the best photo pass experiences that I have, it's because this one is I have a photo of this that might be the best, and it's with Haley. She'll never let me post it. She'll never let me share it. But it's just the best. Like, she's just like freaking out over the dinosaur coming after us, and it's the greatest picture ever. But yeah, this is definitely amongst the best.
Yeah, and I know this is one that you can possibly have people you don't know in the attraction vehicle with you. Yes, because it's a shared experience. Yeah. Everyone is freaked out in that moment. Like you said, doesn't matter if it's your first or this is your 100th, 21st time being on it. It's just so genuine.
Yeah. I think that's our list right there for the best on-ride photos at Walt Disney World. You have Dinosaur, Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger Spin, Splash Mountain, Expedition Everest, and Slinky Dog Dash. And if we miss some that you love, you can let us know in the comments below or through some other social media of some sorts or anything like that. If you've enjoyed this video and you're watching on YouTube, you can feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you hit that little bell button, you'll get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Really, any videos we upload, you'll get notified. But thank you guys and gal.
Yeah.
I don't want to always say guys.
Thanks.
It's a Massachusetts thing.
It is.
Thank you, everyone, for having this conversation. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. We hope that this video could help you plan a better vacation. And remember, if you need any help booking your next Walt Disney World vacation, you can head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, get a no-obligation quote, and you can have one of the experts over there give you a hand in booking that trip. But that'll do it for this episode. We'll see you next time with another episode of The Best and Worst of Walt Disney World.